Well, hello YouTube community. Today I'm going to play some TitanFall, and I'm going to talk about quite a few different things. And first off, why am I playing TitanFall? It's not one of my favorite games. It's definitely not the best game on Origin, which Origin is kind of lacking compared to Steam, but we'll get to that here in a minute. But basically, Origin's having this thing they're calling game time, which means on certain days or certain weekends, I'm not sure which is going to be true here, but they're going to have a period where for 48 hours you can download a game and play it for 48 hours. And what I mean by that, you can play the entire game unrestricted for 48 hours. And look at that auto pistol. It's one of the reasons I don't like this game. But anyway, you can play the game for 48 hours after you first start playing the game. It's not when you download it. It's after you first start up the game. So that means on quite a few games you could probably get a bit of a, your kick that you're going to really want to get out of it. And I don't know if they're going to do this for every game on there, or certain games, or games that need some more players. Because this in TitanFall, one reason I've only played, this is my first match. I've only played one match so far, just because the lobby system. I don't know what's going on, but I had quite a hard time finding a lobby. It took several minutes, and after this match, I sat around for about 10 minutes trying to find a group of people to play with, and it never happened. So I just stopped after this game, for now. And I'm sure it's not coincidental that this game's actually on sale right now, which, as far as I'm concerned, is about what it should have been from the start, or about there. Because this game, it does lack content. As far, I think it's just a little lacking in what's there. And I mean, some people like single player. I'm not so big on a single player. I'm fine with a multiplayer only game. But this game seems pretty limited on the different number of weapons and other things that are in the game that I have seen so far. And while I'm ranting about TitanFall a little bit, there's one thing that really did bug me: the download size. I know they say the download size is so large just because they don't want to compress the audio and have multiple different languages built in, which I think they should have made some kind of selection, because 50 gigabytes is quite a bit to install for people with an SSD user like me. That is quite a hefty install size. The download, I don't know what the actual download is, because it says 50 gigabytes, but it's definitely not 50 gigabytes. But anyway, I wish there would have been some kind of audio selection. Maybe I could select English only and save some space, because I only had 70 gigabytes left, and this took up 50 of that, which is kind of ridiculous. But anyway, you got 48 hours to play this and other upcoming games. They have not announced which upcoming games. Some of them I'm sure will be Battlefield at some point, or maybe Battlefield Hardline. Who knows what they're going to do. And I don't know how this is going to stack for some people, because EA also has this thing that I've never actually taken advantage of that lets you play a game for up to 24 hours, I believe it is. And if you don't like it, you can get your money back. And so you got 72 hours potentially of gameplay time that you could actually play and not pay a dime. I don't know how that would work. It seems kind of silly to me, but you know what? I think EA is just trying not to be considered the worst the company, in the world or the country or whatever. That's kind of ridiculous, because there's companies that enslave people, but whatever. Somehow a video game company is the worst in the world. And they're definitely not the best video game developer, but I think they're actually trying a little bit now. Now let's get away from Origin and EA here for a few minutes and talk about Steam. Steam summer sale time, and who doesn't love the sales on Steam? If you're unfamiliar, or if you're a console gamer, you probably don't know or have seen this. Basically, every so many months there's a winter sale, a summer sale. There's all kinds of sales, and that means there's games that are just ridiculously cheaper on discount for so many days, a day, or hours. And you can get some crazy deals. I always buy more games than I ever play, and I don't think I'm alone here. Basically, you could buy games that say that were normally $20 for $5, or that were $15 for maybe as low as $1 or $3. And you tend to buy a lot of games that you wanted to play. And if you had $60, you could buy hell, anywhere from 60 games to 10 games or whatever. And that is such a good deal. I love the summer sales. I buy so many. I get to play so few, or very much a few, and I wish it was like that all the time, because it's just great. Now on to Battlefield 4, even though we did kind of get away from EA there for a minute. Dragon's Teeth DLC is slated for July, apparently. There's been some leaks here and there in origin of other countries that show a July release date. I've always thought it was going to be July, but it helps. It doesn't really confirm it, but it helps support that theory. And I actually can't wait. Battlefield 4, it's not stale, but it definitely needs a little bit of something else. And on that, they've actually been working and improving Rush, which is a big pet peeve of mine, why Rush wasn't nearly as good in Battlefield 4. On the CTE servers, they have improved it somewhat. It is definitely better. They moved some MCOM placements, and they got rid of Commander, which definitely helps in Rush. And I need to play it some more because I'm really into it. And I'm going to get some gameplay here pretty soon, uploaded, and you let everybody else see it. If you enjoyed my video, I would appreciate you hitting that like button, and also please subscribe and share on everything you possibly could. And what do you think about this whole 48-hour thing? You think it'll be very successful? I'm sure a lot of people will take advantage of it because it is free. And what did you buy on Steam summer sale? I don't even know what I want yet. And as always, thanks for all your support, guys. It really does mean a lot.